anyway, I'm going to try to be as detailed as possible, y'all, even though I'm really trying to put this day behind me, because this was last Thursday. Or was it the Thursday before last? Okay, I can't remember, but it was on a Thursday. So let me tell you about this hill date. First of all, know the guy from social media. We've seen each other, we've exchanged conversation, comments, X, Y, and Z, but we never hung out in person. So we decided we would do dinner during the week, one day after work. So, okay, we decide to do dinner. I pull up to the place. I let him know, hey, I'm here. And he's like, okay, cool, walk to the front. I'm thinking in my head, I already know what type of time you on. You trying to see if I'm really me. I'm not trying to be funny, y'all, or anything when I say this, but I've never, like, I think it's so strange that people don't, I was going to say that people don't think you are who you say you are, but I've been catfished by a man before. So anyway, that's another story. So let me continue. So anyway, he's like, cool, walk to the front. And so I walk up to the front. I knew he wasn't up there, even though I asked. I was like, okay, you at the front? And he was like, yeah. So I'm up there waiting at the front because he's not there. And then he walks up and I immediately recognize him. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, it's me. I am who I said I was. I'm the person you saw in the pictures. And he was like, yeah. I see. You look nice. I don't like for people to play games with me, okay? If you say you at the front, be where you say you're going to be. Don't irritate me already, okay? Anyway, so we go in. The people show us to our table. We sit down. And he immediately, as soon as the people come over there, like, do y'all want something to drink? I'm like, I have water for now. I ended up having water all night. He ordered a Hennessy and Coke. I could immediately tell, though, y'all, he did not need the Hennessy and Coke, because when we sat down right away, he was talking all loud. He was being obnoxious. He was doing the absolute most. When we sat down, he kept saying, yeah, I'm real happy. You look better in person. You look good. You look nice. And then he kept leaning. I had on a sleeveless dress. He kept leaning into me, like brushing me on my shoulder, like leaning into me when he talked to me. And the first time I was just like, oh, okay. But then he kept doing it all night, and he just kept talking loud and just real country. Like, who can I compare him to? Do y'all remember Buddy Love from The Nutty Professor? That's what he was acting like. He was acting just like that scene in Nutty Professor where Buddy Love was out with Miss Pearly, or with Miss whatever her name is, Miss Patty, whatever her name is, when Eddie was out with Jada. And he was talking all loud, stuffing the food in his mouth. That's kind of how he was. He was just like all over the place all night. I could tell by his eyes. He was slurring some of his words. I could tell he had already been drinking. So why he ordered a Hennessy and Coke was beyond me. If you was a little nervous, I get it, but you overdid it, sir. And that's a huge turnoff when a man, especially our first time meeting, you can't hold your liquor. You couldn't wait till we got to the place. You got tore up before you got to the place. So anyway, I'm trying to make the best of it. We talking, having conversation, and he's like, yeah, I like what I see already. Yeah, you gonna make me do right. And I'm thinking in my head, and I said it out loud. I said, so do you normally not do right? Do you normally do wrong? And he was like, yeah. He was like, but you'll make me do right. Okay, you know what? That's a turn off as well, sir. Okay, in my head, I'm thinking abort mission, but I hung in there, y'all. I was a trooper. Okay. So we talking, and he like, yeah, so I definitely want to see you again, and maybe one weekend, you know.
Look, so far, what I'm gathering from this story, it sounds like she was just looking for a free meal. But maybe it's me.
If you want to pack a bag and come over and stay the whole weekend, I'm single. I'm single like that. Okay, that's another red flag to me, because whenever men say I'm single, they're typically not. Don't fall for it, sis. Don't fall for it, because who are you trying to convince? Yourself or me? Anyway, so I told him, I said, well, this is our first time meeting, so I probably won't be doing that. I said, and besides, even if I were to come, hypothetically, y'all was never coming. I said, it wouldn't just be me. I said, I don't have any kids, but I have a fur baby. Oh, no, I don't like no nasty ass dogs. They piss they shit everywhere. I don't like no nasty ass dog. Hell no. Can't no dog come to my house, baby. First of all, sir, I'm not even coming to your house. So what are we really talking about? I don't like no nasty, filthy ass dogs. Yeah, I don't like no. How old is she? I said she's 6. Oh, she ain't got that much longer to go. What? I said, so you trying to put my dog in the grave already? You want my dog to die? No, no, I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that, baby. I'm just saying she ain't got that much longer to go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said, actually, I said she does. I said, but I don't appreciate you trying to put her in the grave. Because what type of shit is that? You think I want to see you again? You just wish death upon my dog, sir. Tell me that she ain't got that much longer to go. She'll be gone soon. What? I tell you what's gone, your mind. You clearly lost it if you think you're gonna see me again. So, child. So we move on past that. Then what is this dust? Okay, anyway. So then they come back and y'all, why he ordered another Hennessy and Coke? Keep in mind he's already lit, like he don't need nothing else. It wasn't just like he was talking to me, he kept leaning into me, like getting close, and I could feel myself like scooting back. Like when he would get close, I would kind of scoot back, like back up almost. You think he was reading the room? Absolutely not. He probably was too drunk to read the room.
Hey, you know something that I noticed though? Fellas, if you go on a date with a woman and you order a drink and she's not really drinking, she's just trying to get a free meal, bro. I'm just keeping it funky and she's not interested. Once a woman is not interested, she's not going to drink with you because she's not going to get too loose around you, where she might slip up and give you some. You see what I'm saying? So once she saw dude, she probably was like, man, I'm just going to enjoy this dinner and take my ass home.
So anyway, that happens. The bill comes out. I'm like, thank God. And they bring the bill out and he like, baby, look at that. I can't see that. He was a little older than me. Not that much older to be talking about he can't see. I think that's very tacky. I said, no, I don't want to look at it. Don't because and he took the bill. So he planned on paying for it, but I guess he just wanted me to see it. I'm supposed to be impressed because you spend $95 on this date. Most of the money was from you. I drank water all night, and what I had didn't I wasn't even close to half of $95.
That's what I'm saying, bro. These women be ungrateful, fam. She knew from the jump that she wasn't interested in this dude, but she was like, I mean, I ain't got shit to do. I may as well get me a free meal. Why not? And this is the things that she's showing that man. He give you a free meal and you came online to bash him. Ungrateful, bro.
That was you without him Hennessy and Cokes and with what he ordered. So that was just a turn off. And then before we left, he was like, "Oh yeah, babe. Yeah, I gotta go piss real quick. Hold on a second. Could you be any more like have some class? Have some cool. What you mean you gotta go piss real quick? Did you really? Cause in the words of Shanae, cause I'm a lady. Okay. Why you have to tell me that, sir?
Man, this is crazy. See, if I was that man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm gonna need that half, shorty. Like, I'm gonna need that half because your little attitude and you trying to bash this man, it's just too much, man. Just like it's just ungrateful, man. That's why I tell you all dudes all the time, bro. You gotta treat a bird like a bird because she finessed this man for a free meal, and now she's bashing this man on the internet. That's just crazy.
That was a far more polite way than saying, "Oh, babe, I need to go to the bathroom. I gotta piss real quick." First of all, it's a restroom. And perhaps you have to use the gentleman's room or something. I don't
What
know.
the
I don't know. But
hell?
he could have said anything aside from that. Just
The
very tacky, no
nerve.
class. And then when we left, he was walking out close to me, holding a smile on my back, holding me and whatnot. And he was like, "Yeah, baby, everybody looking at you." I would say exactly and back up because you're probably blocking me from my husband because it's certainly not you. You drunken buffoon.
It's not him, but you're gonna sit down and eat a free meal off his ticket. But at the same time, you're hoping to find your husband. Yo, these birds ain't got no type of class, bro. They ain't got no shame. To even say that, it's just sad, bro.
Like it, oh, y'all. And this is why I have taken a dating hiatus. Every time I decide to dip my big toe on
This
over
shit
into the
is
pond,
crazy,
the Lord
bro.
literally takes off his little sandal and slap me in the back of my neck. And he get me back right every time because I have no desire to see that man again. He called me on the way home. He texted me, I want to see you again. I want to see you again. Sir, you're never going to see me again. You showed your whole tail on this date. That was, oh my gosh. I wonder if he looked back and if he was embarrassed because he should have been. I was embarrassed. And then this is how I know it wasn't just me, that he was talking loud and really giving buddy love. People around us was like, they weren't staring, but occasionally I could see them kind of like glancing at us. And for an extended period of time. So I guess they kind of was staring in a way. And I know it wasn't at me. They probably was.
Man, fellas, be careful out here, bro. You gotta understand, there are a lot of women out here that are panhandling free meals from men. They will always say yes to go on a date once you tell them, let's go out to eat. That's the magic word for a bird. Eat dinner. A bird is not going to turn down a free meal. A bird is always hungry. She just sat down and sat across from that man and eat a free meal just to get online and bash that man. Fellas, whatever you do out here, bro, don't feed the birds. Yo, imagine him getting hospital to deal with, and the baby's coming out. Fellas, again, focus on yourself. That's what it is.